a mystic turtle, within a deep pond. To survive this perilous mire, I perfected evasion. Daily I feigned stone, or held my breath below. After 50 years, I became a living moss-covered fossil. My spirit grew incredibly hardened. My past life's humanity slowly vanished. Until one day an old woodcutter slipped. He landed upon my shell. A lingering pity stirred within me. I surfaced, swam to shore, thinking it was over. 3 days later, he returned. Then he performed an unexpected action. He offered sour fruits, thanked me profusely. His blind mother would have been lost. He sought permission to cut wood nearby. I rolled my eyes. He grew presumptuous. I dove to the depths to simply sleep. No spray. He assumed tacit agreement. From then, he became rooted there. I daily sunned my shell. He chopped, hummed, and cleared weeds. Occasionally, our gazes met. He would simply sit, then chatter. Wood sold briskly. They ate well. He'd honor the mystic turtle. His ceaseless chatter annoyed me. I feigned death. Half a year passed. The clearing grew wider. The neighboring thugs eyed it with envy. That day I absorbed sun moon essence. Preparing to nap, I heard 3 loud footsteps. Irritated, I thought he brought company. I slowly emerged, prepared to spray them. Then I saw him, bloody, shielding wood. Blocked a scarred man, desperate. This wood is valuable, I sell it, do not steal. That declaration only fueled his arrogant laughter. Is this pond yours? You truly tire of life. The 2 cronies reached for the wood. They expected him to fight for it. The axe. He refused to release his grip. Our protagonist questioned his resolve. Risk his life for an old axe? Should he intervene, create a disturbance? The scarred man decided murder. He raised his iron club, targeted the woodcutter's head. But he could not simply watch. He kicked out a pebble, a cannonball, struck the scarred man's wrist. He shrieked in agony. The iron club flew. It plunged into the pond. The cronies froze in terror. Their usual thievery involved petty crimes. They had never witnessed such a scene. Who is there? Who plays God or ghost? The scarred man sought vengeance. Silence answered. He glanced down, met immense primal eyes, saw an ancient shell. Our protagonist yawned, snapping a thick tree. The 3 thugs scrambled, utterly terrified. Shouting river god manifest, he felt no triumph. 50 years. Killing intent dulled. The woodcutter stared, terrified. He sank to the depths. Surfacing again, he noted the woodcutter's fear. Awe and reverence. Winter approached. First snow fell. The woodcutter vanished. The pond returned to its deadly silence. Our protagonist returned to those days. He slept ever deeper. By the 2nd year, the woodcutter returned. He bowed from afar, then departed. But our protagonist knew not. Rumors swirled outside. Rumors, a 10,000-year black tortoise within Black Dragon Lake. A single breath could summon rain. One turn, mountains shattered. No one dared approach those waters. 10 more years passed. His shell grew thicker. One day, a figure appeared, staggering to the lake shore. It was the woodcutter. He had aged profoundly, his straight back now a taut bow. He never thought to see the divine tortoise. Our protagonist opened an eye, gazed at the old woodcutter, no longer chopping. His heart felt no ripples. I can no longer chop wood, a burden to my family. My mother passed 2 years ago. She departed peacefully. Thanks to those wood sale coins, your blessing. Our protagonist listened in silence. The old man wasn't noisy for once. This humble farmer seeking only sustenance, he could not defy fate. The tide arrived. The woodcutter departed, his steps profoundly heavy. Our protagonist smelled death's miasma. Upon the old man, he deemed this life worthy, but a sense of danger surged. Human lives are fleeting. Our protagonist refused to silently rot, not like the old man. Thus it began. A divine tortoise, fearing death, desperately devoured spiritual energy, forging its shell, an indestructible diamond-hard carapace. Years later, something strange occurred. Water creatures encroached his territory, he knew not when. He pushed them out with powerful defenses. The next day, another wave surged. This vexed our protagonist. He could not sleep. Finally, out of options, he pondered visiting human markets. To find another sleeping place, he witnessed human suffering again. 2 days later, our protagonist drifted downstream to reeds near a fishing village. His first impressed desolation, this fishing village. Old fishing boats lay overturned, drying racks stood empty, no waterbird landed. He planned to drift onward. Unexpectedly, he met a young girl. Before departing, the girl, about 7, wore oversized, ill-fitting clothes, squatting in reeds digging for snails. But a water serpent spirit hunted nearby. As A2 trembled, I calmly surfaced. The serpent bit my shattered. It fled. A2 collapsed, stunned by the confrontation. I, in truth, did not move. Unexpectedly, she showed no groveling fear. Instead, she boldly approached me. She tapped my shell, asking, "Great Rock, are you still living?" Speechless, I rolled my eyes, displeased. I too saw my reaction, eyes wide. Wow, it truly moves. Do you understand me? I rolled my eyes again. A giant turtle hears. This is strange. Do you bite humans? Father said water demons eat children. She expected a reaction. I retreated into my shell. She grew happier, climbing my shell, so spacious, smoother than my old bed. My plans changed. I stayed in this marsh. A2 talked, rested on my back, a moving island. Months passed. 2 arrived, eyes red, slumped. Great turtle, I am hungry. Guards took all fish. They called it tax, but I am starving. Fisher folk lives were fragile as paper. Guards and fisher barons, river kings, they seized food, oppressed innocents, all was their will. After a moment, I dove. Under A2's gaze, I brought a large turtle. This ancient turtle was highly nutritious. It bought much rice. Wow, this is for me? I nodded. A2 smiled. She ran home with the turtle. News spread quickly. With rice, A2's father shared generously. He shared porridge with other hungry families. These river folk drifted. Mutual aid saved them. Initially, everyone spoke of A2's luck. Rice depleted, found 2 golden carp. Her parents felt a strange anomaly. Soon their home lacked even scraps. A2 dragged a fatally bitten river porpoise. A river porpoise, to be precise. This time the villagers could not remain calm. How did a child find such fierce river prey? Dozens encircled the porpoise, muttering loudly. A2 stood head bowed, fidgeting nervously. These gifts saved lives, but this was strange. Missteps meant watery death by drowning. A2, whence came this river porpoise? A2 kept her head bowed, silent. Who granted it? Did the water dragon king bestow it? A2's father grew impatient. Or I take you to exorcists. A2 wailed. Bursting into tears, she confessed all. From distant reeds, I sighed inwardly. Slowly I swam ashore, decided to reveal myself. The crowd received a mighty shock. Someone roared, "Behold Lord Xuan Wu." All looked. A2, weeping, ran to me. She embraced my moss-covered neck. I extended a claw, lightly patted her head, my gesture a silent pledge of protection. Having affirmed my presence, I submerged. Villagers left A2 unharmed. I felt peace. Soon the village worshipped Xuan Wu. Fishermen cast coins, offering fervent prayers. Beyond gratitude for food, they prayed. For calm seas, bountiful catches, full holds. Those prayers I could tolerate. But one gambler sought divine luck. Preposterous! Could I, a mere turtle, manage such fate? Every few days I pushed large fish ashore. Joy was fleeting. Strange village events soon drew unwelcome outside attention. That day A2 panted, running to the reeds, screaming. "Great turtle, run, run. The fishing lord brought men to capture you. He plans to offer you to the prefect for his birthday feast." Many large ships arrived. Wicked men wielded trident. "Go now." And about to dive, the water felt wrong. That fishing lord had set nets upstream to wipe us out. Poisonous plants were scattered. I resist poison, but movement slowed. A dozen ships encircled me. The fishing lord stood at the prow. His face showed greedy triumph. "Everyone, push on. This is the spirit beast. Catch it. 100 tails." Great rewards beckoned desperate men. Massive nets dropped. I sneered. They could not grasp the struggle. To capture a relaxed mystic turtle. I took a deep breath. I struck down, with crushing force, into the bottom mud. A thunderish! My strike disrupted the deep underwater currents completely. The calm surface twisted. A colossal whirlpool formed instantly. Ships spun like paper. They crashed at the vortex center. The fishing lord's smile froze. Horrifying screams erupted. Hulls shattered. Greedy wretches fell into the churning waters. I lay calmly upon the rock, at the whirlpool's heart. I watched the chaos. Later, survivors reaching shore were utterly terrified. The Black Dragon Pond legend, protected by a water deity, fully confirmed then. Even the fishing lord dared not levy taxes, ever again. Villagers knew my true power. I am a turtle, yet not easily provoked. A2 possessed gentle beauty despite her rough, calloused hands. A2 sensed something. She turned, saw my ancient shell. She ran to me, just like a child. Leaning on my night descended. A gentle river breeze stirred. A2 leaned against me. She watched the moon. She then spoke, words that stunned me. "I am marrying soon." Great turtle? And you, the village boy, is good. He protected me since childhood's dawn. I love him, but cannot marry him. Her decision unknowingly plunged her into abyss. A2 continued her tale. Last month, Tianvianwei arrived. He demanded my hand. A concubine holds no status. Tianvianwei, old as my father, near his grave. We are too poor, and Yu's family suffers. Our boat, patched and frail. Tianvianwei is different. He owns vast fertile lands, safe from turbulent storms. A2's voice. It struck my heart, like a hammer blow. "Yes, the day after tomorrow I ride the palanquin. Great turtle, will you escort me?" I nodded slowly. Bubbles rose from me. No grand procession on her wedding day, just an old faded palanquin. A2 carried nothing, only an old turtle shell. I found it for her. Her parents turned away, wiping their tears, unable to watch their daughter. Amongst the reeds, a young man knelt, in the mud, pounding his chest. It was A2's beloved. Perhaps he hated himself for his impotence, unable to buy a proper boat. Or perhaps he cursed this unjust world. But he could do nothing. He watched helplessly. The palanquin carried her away. The palanquin curtain stirred. She found my form, a small island, adrift. Her tear-stained face, a desolate smile. Perhaps she betrayed Yu, her childhood friend. Perhaps marrying the elder, a leap into hellfire. But what did it matter? Poverty tormented her for over a decade. She feared the waves, tearing her family apart, leaving nothing. He only desired a tranquil life. Blamed this world, blamed destiny. I drifted downriver following the palanquin. It entered the manor's side gate. A concubine lacks main gate privilege. I lay long by the ferry. Until the Qian Manor lit red lanterns, I dove deep, back to my Black Dragon Pond, thinking of that girl from years past. Ashu raised by the water's edge. Could she adapt to that stagnant manor? For Ashu, I trained defense arts. My shell, unbreakable in the future. 1 year later, a figure stumbled near, barefoot. He ran wildly. My heart tightened instantly. It was Anu Ashu's brother. Turtle immortal, save Ashu. Anu kowtowed wildly. I sent a mental message. Stop kowtowing, brains pollute water. Anu fell, mud splattered. Then realized Turtle immortal manifested. Next, he wailed louder. His next words shocked me. Immortal, Ashu, she's dying. The old man sought no concubine. He followed a wicked alchemist's formula. Virgin heart blood for longevity elixir. Tonight, they strike. Longevity, my body froze. Again longevity, the woodcutter sought it. For his aged mother's long life. He labored himself dead. Now this manor lord sacrifices lives for years. I exhaled, seeing my turtle face. I fear death training defense, but I loathe cowardly murderers. Atu still owed me a comb, unpaid. Advance, I pressed close to shore. My colossal shell resembled a black war chariot. An Ingus stared, then rejoiced wildly. He clambered onto my shell, gripping its bony protrusion. That night, Black Dragon Pond's water dropped 3 feet. For I had acted, not like those ascended flood dragons. They loved summoning storms while underwater, creating thunderous lightning. I prioritized stability. I dove along the riverbed. My 4 limbs pulsed slowly. Each beat held centuries of demonic power. Swift as dark lightning, no ripples disturbed the surface. This was stealth's pinnacle. Approach silently, deliver a fatal blow. The manor glowed, red lanterns hung high. Outsiders assumed celebration, inside death loomed. The manor flaunted its riverside feng shui, a stream fed its lotus pond. Heaven truly aided me, too ostentatious. I followed the underground water channel, a colossal mud mass, reaching the pond's bottom. Through the water I saw an altar. A robed Taoist wielded a wooden sword. He chanted incantations, her mouth gagged, her face paper white, her eyes unfocused. Master Qian sat rosy-faced, eagerly awaiting his potion. The hour arrived. Blood sacrifice shouted. A gleaming dagger appeared, aimed at Atu's heart. Ngu on my shell yearned to leap, to fight. I pinned him with demonic force. Recklessness? That is for fools. We are turtles. We focus on suppression. As the dagger's tip neared Atu's robes, I acted, not rushing out. I drew a deep breath, aimed at the pond's underground spring, then unleashed my century's dense aquatic essence. Crash! The manor residents felt the ground violently shake. Suddenly, the half-acre lotus pond erupted violently. A water column rocketed skyward, 30 feet high. Pond water cascaded down. The Taoist priest caught the full impact. It struck him directly. No scream escaped his lips. He instantly collapsed. His knife vanished from his grasp. The earth dragon stirred. Fluting ensued. The courtyard erupted in pandemonium. Servants scattered in terror. Master fell from his seat. 2 servants dragged him to the backyard. Amidst chaos, a colossal shadow emerged from the lake. Wet vapor clung to its form. I was a moving, living mountain. Each step shattered the blue stone paving. Stone cracked. No roaring defiance. No savage cries, just suffocating oppression. Amidst the chaos, Anu descended. Tears streamed from dead eyes. Words failed her. She nodded desperately. At that instant, projectiles struck my form. They left no visible mark. Torches struck my hide, just a muffled thud. I did not even flinch. Laughable, if your crude stave scratched me, I would impale myself upon tofu. Then I ignored all their attacks. Step by slow step, I advanced on Master Qian. My pace was slow, yet retreat became impossible. Ahead stood a formidable brick wall. Master Qian believed it offered sanctuary. I reached the wall, then simply surged through. The 2-foot-thick blue brick barrier, before me flimsy as paper. It crumbled instantly, debris exploded outwards. My colossal head loomed before Master Qian. Hot breath blasted from my nostrils, his master's hat flew away. Paralyzed, Master Qian collapsed, his trousers now thoroughly soaked. Great immortal, spare me, I have vast wealth, take what you desire. I will build your temple, a golden statue. I eyed the trembling elder. Shrines? Statues? If I desired such trivialities, I'd rule Black Dragon Pond. Why hide in mud, pretend to be stone? I won't kill him, murder breeds karmic debt. His life ebbs, a scare suffices. My next act inflicted living torment. I opened my maw, aimed at the vault door, inhaled deeply. Then, water shot forth, high pressure. It shattered the vault door. Qian watched his fortune vanish, eyes bulged, legs stiff. He fainted. Task done, I signaled Anu to carry. Atu, climb onto my back, officials come soon. That night, a strange boat appeared. Fated lovers traveled upstream, vanishing into the shrouded night. I brought them to a remote mountain village. I stayed briefly, Atu wept, clinging to my neck. She wished to return my comb. I firmly refused the comb, an old tortoiseshell. Worthless. Keep it, a memento. I knew, we were worlds apart now. They lived common lives. I rejoined my Black Dragon Pond, a reclusive turtle. Aftermath, Black Dragon Pond's mystic martial true monarch was renowned. Officials sent troops, they found no trace. I moved to a deeper underground river, no light ever penetrated. Quiet, perfect for slumber, I slept 50 years. I awoke, a familiar death aura beckoned. A lone grave stood pondside, a white-haired elder knelt. It was Atu, her face lined. Niu is gone. Atu burned paper money, her voice hoarse. He set his life's apex, to steal his bride. I listened, submerged, in silence. I near my end, my children have grown, no need for my worry. Before my departure, I visit you one last time. Atu tremblingly pulled a comb, placed it before the tombstone. You refused it then, now I return it to you. Next life, if reborn human. A departed, a new tomb appeared by the shore. It lay beside Angu's tomb. The comb remained atop the stone, weathered, cracking slowly. I carried it to the deep in my mouth, hidden beneath my sleeping stone. Yet my slumber was far from peaceful. Not from the cold abyss, the world grew too loud. Atu's old tortoise-shell comb, it succumbed to time's erosion, shattered beneath my form. Awakening, I stared at the fragments, an odd emptiness filled my heart. Calculating, my slumber lasted 60 years. 60 years, a mortal life vanished. The world beyond had profoundly changed. The black dragon pond's water, no longer crystal clear, it reeked of rust and char. Slowly I surfaced, to draw breath. The once lush reeds vanished. Instead, charred land, shattered walls, broken spears. War had erupted, a massive conflict. Camps lined the river, not to hunt me. Two armies clashed, one flew black banners. The other, red, they fought fiercely. Darkness fell. I rested on the stabilizing stone, amidst the current. Watching this spectacle, humanity truly showed no progress in this world. 60 years passed, they fought over dried fish. Now barren lands were their prize. Soon this very pond, too. I intended to sink. But then a figure stumbled into my sight. He entered this death-filled, blood-soaked land. A mere child, 15 or 16, his tattered armor ill-fitting. He clutched a dull, chipped blade, not to fight, but to flee. His face was caked with mud, his leg clearly injured. He limped into the last dry bush, like a frightened quail, trembling uncontrollably. The child Gao Sheng was conscripted. No hero's ambition burned in him, he knew no grand causes. He simply wanted to harvest wheat. He clutched a cloth bundle tightly. My divine sense swept over, no gold or jewels lay with it. Only a half-finished, thousand-layered cloth shoe, alongside a moldy, half-eaten ration. Precisely then, the pursuers arrived. 3 hulking battle overseers mounted on steeds, their faces thick with flesh. They patrolled the riverbank. "Come out, deserter, we see you. Now, or become dog feed." Gao Sheng dared not breathe. He covered his mouth. Tears welled, but wouldn't fall. He buried his head, legs drawn, just as I once did. My ancient heart, silent for 60 years, faltered. Not a deserter, this was my younger self. To survive, one shed all dignity, huddle, hide, pray for life. The 3 overseers closed in, hooves nearly crushed his head. One dismounted, stopped before the bush. He raised his lance, poised to strike. One thrust. Gao Sheng dies. I sighed deeply. The way of the dog. The art of retreat. I loathed false bravado. Perhaps my mind was not yet clear. I had just awoken. Or the child's perfect cowering posture. He embodied my true essence. I could not stand by. No grand spectacle this time, not like saving Aishi. I am now a 5th-tier master, immovable as a mountain. Valuing subtle influence, I simply opened my mouth. A gentle breath escaped towards the water. My breath mingled with Black Dragon Lake's mist. It instantly became thick, unyielding, sleeping fog. This strange mist rose eerily. It swallowed a 10-mile radius instantly. 3 officers instantly went blind. Horses panicked. They neighed, scattered wildly. One horse even slipped. It plunged into deep waters. The men screamed loudly. They thought ghosts trapped them. They cursed, then fled. I remembered something. Trembling, I pulled unfinished cloth shoes. I pressed them to my face, sobbing silently. "Mother, I won't fight. I want to go home." Hidden in the water, I watched. This was true humanity. Not many epic heroes existed. More deserters longed for harvest. Countless ordinary souls like me. They only craved a peaceful life. The dense fog lasted 3 days. For 3 days, armies ceased fighting. Directions obscured, a miraculous truce. Gao Thang, using the thick fog, groped his way out. He crawled from Black Dragon Lake. He rolled, crawled, and escaped home. I did not see him off. No gold or jewels offered. In such chaotic times, his survival was his greatest fortune. Later, the war finally ended. Courses choked the riverbed, but my domain, because of that strange sleeping mist, it became a haunted, forbidden land. No one dared approach it. I gained peace, continuing my cultivation. Yet sometimes I remembered that boy Go Thang. I wondered if he made it home. Perhaps he returned to his small village, married with many children, sitting by the village stone mill, boasting to his grandchildren. He met a divine mist that year, at Black Dragon Lake. Heaven itself blessed his journey home. Many more years passed, so long I almost forgot time. Then a strange group appeared. They were by Black Dragon Lake. Not soldiers, not simple fishermen. A group of scholars, all in long robes. An old man sat in a wheelchair. Everyone surrounded him. The old man was ancient, so old all his teeth were gone. His face was covered with age spots. Attendants pushed him to the pond's edge. Trembling, he bid his descendants prepare the altar. Their offerings were not pig, beef, or lamb. "Grandpa, why journey so far to offer tribute?" A bewildered great-grandson asked this. The elder's clouded eyes stared at the still water. A faint smile appeared. "A great immortal resides within this pond. His mercy saved me from death that year. Else I'd be bones in the barrens. Where would these brats be now?" Underwater, I rolled my eyes. Immortal of the shrunken neck. What a preposterous title. Truly an obnoxious designation. My post-slumber irritation vanished somehow. The old man departed swiftly. He was rumored to be a regional immortal, a spirit of longevity. Also the most cowardly landlord. He feared any conflict. Never once did he confront anyone. He always fled trouble, outliving all his enemies, sending them to their graves. My divine sense tracked his receding form. His hunched form in the wheelchair, my lips curved upward. This boy truly mastered my teachings. Survival holds no shame. To age peacefully on one's deathbed, to witness a sprawling progeny, that is the ultimate victory. I let out a yawn, drowsiness enveloped me again. This time I would sleep long. Perhaps upon my next awakening, this world would be wiser, no longer so boisterous. Or perhaps humanity would cease to exist. Only old turtles remain, contesting who lives longest. The water rippled briefly, then returned to stillness. As if nothing had occurred. Only the moss-covered stone remained, lying silently underwater. A millennium-old riddle it was, a